That's just the backyard. You got to see the front. The reality is, it doesn't matter how big and beautiful your home is or how small and cozy it is. When you're past due on your mortgage payment, it all becomes ugly. The foreclosure process has started. It's even uglier. We have created StopForeclosure3ways.com. This short video is going to give you the Reader's Digest version of 3 methods of stopping foreclosure that are working all across America every day of the week. One's loan modifications. Second is mortgage replacement, which most of you won't have heard of. Third are short sales. On our website, we have the long version of all this information, and we'll give you that contact information at the end. Loan modifications are predicted to exceed 10 million this year, and the reasons are simple. Big banks and little banks finally realize they're better off modifying loans than foreclosing. You see, the bank will save thousands of dollars if they don't have to foreclose. They don't have to put money in reserves like when they foreclose. They don't have to resell your home, many times fix it up and pay a commission when they foreclose. They get better cash flow if they'll modify your loan because you continue to make your mortgage payment. If you're being foreclosed, you don't. Matter of fact, the bank won't even take partial payments, will they? And it's better on the balance sheet of the bank so that the bank can borrow money to loan to us, the public. Homeowners. Well, loan modifications don't affect your credit score adversely. And the reality is that even if you don't have perfect credit, that if you have someone modifying your loan that knows what they're doing, that there's a real good chance that you'll get a better rate than if you had perfect credit. Is that fair or right? Well, probably not, but it's real world. Having your loan modified can stop the stress between husband and wife, stop the stress of wondering where you're going to put the kids, what school district, telling everyone at the church why you're leaving. Having a mortgage payment that's permanent that you can live with, even having past due amounts forgiven, and in some instances, the principal balance on your loan reduced. At Loan Mods or Us, I have the 22 most frequently asked questions that you can go watch and listen if you like. Here's a quick example. This is a recent one done, I guess, about 30 days ago. Mortgage payment was 7.87 when they started. Law firm was able to get them to drop it to 6. Mortgage payment went from $5,200 a month to $4,100. It's $1,000 a month in savings. They were able to get forgiven $8,800 in past due mortgage and penalties. And they also, in that $4,100 new payment, included $800 of it is pure principal. So that goes to reducing your debt, which is why this is now paid off 3 years early. LoanModsOrUs.com is our website. You can learn about the 9 law firms that will evaluate your circumstances free. If they accept you as a client, they have a 97% success rate at being able to get your loan modified. If they can't, they offer a money-back written guarantee. Every Tuesday night at 7 Central Time, we have conference calls to answer questions. Here's that information. Here's my email and my contact phone numbers. Mortgage replacement. People are calling it America's best kept secret. Who do we owe a debt of gratitude to? Good old Uncle Sam. You see those lists of acts down there, truth in lending, home ownership and equity protection, etc. Those 6 acts represent 180 federal laws that the banks are supposed to be complying with. Guess what? They aren't. This is how the process works. You're a homeowner. You say, I want to try this. So you hire the company, and the company is really the center of the entire process and the quarterback behind everything. The company hires a law firm on your behalf that deals on a federal level. They contact the bank with your permission and say, hey, here are a list of 180 laws that you are supposed to comply with. Please prove you have. The bank then sends back what they've got to the law firm. The law firm then reviews it. And we had one case where out of 180 compliance issues, they had failed on 177. I'm sure that's probably more than normal, but banks aren't doing this because they're not being held accountable. So now the law firm, with the violations in hand, go to the federal judge, not state judge, not county judge, federal judge, and say, Judge, This bank is really messed up. They have failed to be compliant on all these issues. Justice Department's notified by the federal judge and told to check out the alleged complaint. Bank's notified again, this time by the Justice Department, same request. Prove you complied with all 180 of these compliance issues. The bank then complies, sends to the Justice Department what they've got, and almost always it's exactly what they sent to the law firm. Justice Department reviews it, analyzes it, gets back to the judge and said, wow, they really screwed this up, didn't they? Now you see, all fines and all violations have fines and fees and penalties that are already assigned to them. So the judge simply gets out, calculates what the fines and penalties should be. On the one with 177 violations, the gentleman had a $400,000 mortgage. The fines and penalties and everything came to $1.3 million. So the bank had to write a check to the homeowner for $1.3 million. $400,000 of that goes to paying off his mortgage in full. The other $900,000 is the law firm's take. They make huge money on this, and that's good because now they're motivated to find every single violation there is. The judge puts a calculator together and says, okay, let the bank know they got to write a check to John Q. homeowner, that's you, for whatever the dollar amount is. You get the check deposited, write a check back to the bank, and pay off your loan in full, completely. Home's free and clear. You now have the new mortgage that replaces the old one at half its size at 2%, 40 years, no qualifying, no closing costs, no mortgage insurance that's even assumable. Here's a quick example. If you had a $250,000 loan at 8%, your payments would be $1,800 and change. After that's paid off with the bank's money, new mortgage, half the size, $125,000, 2%, payments under $400. Would that be sweet or what? Savings, $1,400 after-tax dollars. That's a huge savings, $17,000 per year. If your mortgage is a little higher, let's say you had a 6.5% mortgage, payments $2,500. After that's paid off, it goes to $200,000, 2%. Payments, $600. It's a $1,900 a month swing, almost $25,000 per year. Now, if you've resolved yourself to where you're done with the house, you just want to throw the keys at the bank and stop the foreclosure if you can, then short sales may be an option for you. The process will stop the foreclosure usually. We'll say that. The reason for that is the company I'm going to recommend will make an offer on your home immediately with their investors. The offer is presented to the bank, and usually the bank will contact the law firm handling the foreclosure and say, whoa, stop it. Let's look at this offer, see if we can make it work. Realtors do what they do best, which is show the house and write offers. And they're not involved in the short sale process, and they shouldn't be. They want to do what they do best. Also, when a short sale is completed successfully, it shows as a satisfied debt, not a foreclosure. You, the homeowner, stay in there for months and sometimes longer. And by the way, the cost of this short sale service is zero. The people that do this will be paid by the bank as a negotiator or the ultimate buyer of your home. Don't wait. Time works against you. Here's all the contact information. StopForeclosure3ways.com or Loan Mods or us. All my phone and contact information is here. It's also at the very end of this, and I'll show you in a sec. And on Stop Foreclosure 3 Ways, I have this chart that shows all three methods side by side so that you can evaluate them and decide what's best for you. This is going to be in 1 second. You'll have it so you can write it down if you like. Gang, the government's provided 180 laws to protect us. The banks have ignored them. Let's hold them accountable. There's nothing sleazy about this. The government has the laws on the books and the banks are ignoring them. Make them pay the stated fines, the stated fees and penalties, and get yourself a 2% mortgage. Thank you for your time. May God richly bless you and yours today.